Hey, this is Matt once again. What about another videos? Another paid request, this time for Lucas. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos, topics, reactions, commentaries, reviews, re-reviews, what have you, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. Now, there's a series of 4 2003 Ninja Turtle episodes you wanted me to do a commentary on. This one being Garbageman. And let's get right into it. Like I said, best bet to find these is on YouTube because Nickelodeon are assholes, not releasing this at all and re-release DVD, Blu-ray, anything in between. So it is on YouTube, 19 minutes and 45 seconds. 3, 2, 1, pressing. Make sure I'm recording. Play. Now, Garbageman, I do like the episode. There's some nice aspects to it. For example, there's running dad and Mighty trying to say a badass line and can't, but the others are saying it with ease. And Mighty gets more and more frustrated. The first half I thought was a bit more interesting, where these homeless people are disappearing. And it was nice to see how the turtles help the homeless people and show how much they care. The way the garbage truck was trying to make it menacing with the red lighting. There's a nice reference to Jaws. When Mikey's like, "The shark is coming, I'm hearing the Jaws theme." But once they get to the whole island of garbage and it's just the Garbage Man villain, it's kind of a meh villain. Like, I mean, he's not intimidating to me. He's not that interesting to me. Like I said, the first half when there's a bit more mystery as to what's going on, it's just this truck with the red lights. Felt a bit more menacing than the second half, but I still like it. You know, these homeless people being taken and disappearing, and I like the little details, like the people being grabbed, and you see just through shadows. The cutaway to litter just blown away in the wind, show a sense of danger. And it kind of made sense of the turtles because obviously you can't just shop anywhere. They utilize the junkyard a lot to find whatever supplies Donnie can help make and create. Goes into what kind of lifestyle the turtles would have. Like if you say you made an actual good new movie, showcasing how would they live, like how would they get material. Again, it's not like they can go to a store. They just have infinite finances. Just order everything online. I mean, they don't have like thousands of able to get jobs or such. So yeah, go to the junkyard and find stuff. And he also showcased how much Donnie is just very much caring for these people, especially this guy who seemed like a bit of a professor. And that's the thing, like, not to go on a tangent, but I will. Like the homeless situation, we still have such a horrible problem with so many people being homeless and nothing's being done about it. And it just would be nice if the government would, stop worrying about bullshit and worry about, people out there in the cold freezing to death and starving to death. And I don't have a miracle cure for that, but it just seems like it'd be a lot more, should be a lot more prevalent problem to fix, but maybe that's just me. Of course, this guy who's telling all about people having gone missing. I think it's just a bit of spook story, which of course is not the case. But you tell like Donnie definitely has a bond with these folks, so it's a nice little detail for Donatello's character. So then when these people go missing, Donatello has a bit more of a determination involved. Although, if the fact being a walking turtle, you think you'd be adamant to believe in anything. But like the beginning portions reminds me of kind of there's this movie called The Ambulance from 1990 with Larry Cohen where a person with ambulance would kidnap people, and the reason they're kidnapping people is to use them for body harvests and organs for donors and sell on the black market organs and using people as guinea pigs for that. Or Extreme Measures, a film with Hugh Grant, where Hugh Grant played a doctor and found out that all these homeless people are disappearing because they wouldn't be missed. And Hugh Grant realizes that Gene Hackman is part of this experiment program to, what's the old phrase? If you could cure cancer by killing a dozen people, would you do it? So Extreme Measures is a pretty good film. Sadly, that's never been on Blu-ray, even though it deserves it. But it was a box office flop when it came out. So I don't know, it just made me think of the homeless being taken. Of course, it's not going to do anything that dark for the show, although there are dark moments. I mean, Donatello himself is in the darkest one, where he just thrust into an alternate future where Splinter's dead and Mikey has one arm and everybody but him and an older April die by the end. Him and April the only survivors. Like, so there is some darker material, but I'm sure they couldn't push it. It's not many times we pass it, but not many times you see Donatello on a motorcycle, so they made it a little bit. I guess it makes sense to see belted for Raphael, but since he belted, he could use it more. Yeah, I mean, he could use it as well. Now, like I said before, the music in this show just fucking sucks. Even this, it sounds like a saxophone ripping out a fart or just jazz deflating like a balloon, or just, again, if a saxophone shit his pants. I mean, just horrible fucking music. Just, again, I love the show. It's my favorite cartoons, one of my favorite incarnations of the Turtles, but goddamn, the music in this fucking blows Monty dick. It just fucking blows. As much as I love the show, the music just blows. Although I did like the outfit. The outfits, like even the one Mikey wears, it reminds me a bit of the 1990 movie, where like Raphael had a similar type of outfit with the fedora and such. I mean, they was wearing some of that in the 80s cartoon as well, to be fair, but this already references the Jaws. I like to hear the Jaws theme. I like the usage of red light as well. It makes it a bit more menacing, and the glow gives a bit more atmosphere. There you go. My favorite guy, Raphael, driving the thing. I mean, he doesn't get a lot of time to shine at the end of the episode, but at least he gets a bit of shine here as the driver here. So at least that's something. More I could say for some shows. Like, yeah, I thought that was a funny bit. Sorry about the girly stream. Fucking shit. Showing more power of this fucking machine. There you go. Bump your ass down to fucking hell, bitch. Play bumper car with you and your fool ass. And of course, Donnie wants to get his moment to shine because he Professor's a good friend of his. They never showed how they met the homeless guys, as for what I remember. I just a little bit of a. But I guess they can relate to them as being outcasts. Of course, the animation behind to show the swirling, but it's just a bunch of lights going. Close call. Well, now they don't get that shit out of the fucking pier. Well, it's not in the pier, like, pull it back a bit. So I like Raph's line. Mikey was singing and is like, you're just embarrassing yourself, you know. Like I said, I like the Raph and Mikey dynamic because I didn't see that at all in the 80s cartoon. Very rarely did Mikey and Raph even talk to each other in the 80s cartoon, like very rarely. But here, you do get like a Raph Mikey certain specific bond that reminds me of like Mr. T and Dwight Schultz and the A-Team. Like how B.A. Baracus and Howling Man Murdoch would go back and forth with each other, a bit of that banter. Reminds me of that, and being a big fan of the A-Team, I thought that was a nice piece to showcase here. And one of the bits I did enjoy for a while in the 2012 cartoon. Big old slap to the back of the head. But then after 2 seasons, that 2012 cartoon to me just lost me. Like I said, Raphael just became a pussy. Not going to go on a tangent. People like that show. That's cool. Again, I'll give you the first 2 seasons. After that, for me, not so much. This one I enjoyed much more. On a consistent basis. Yes, even with the fast forward. Flash forward. What is it? Fast forward or flash forward? The one there in the future. I would rather watch that than some of the shit that made Raphael fucking pussy, like being afraid of horses and shit. And the 2012 cartoon just bugged the fuck out of me as a fan of the character. Like this, he's afraid of bugs, but he would beat the shit out of him. In that one, he's afraid of bugs and ran away like a coward and was a fucking bitch, allowing Mikey to get taken. And anytime he had an episode, he fucked up and he had to fix his own problem. Anyway. See, I was even when I first watched this, I liked the episode, and then the reveal of this like big fat guy in this machine is named the Garbageman, and it's like, okay, city of garbage. I'm like, what the fuck is this? This was something that was not in the comic books because a lot of these episodes, not all, but a lot of them were inspired by the comic books. This was not. And I'm like, you know what? There's a lot of other stories in the comic books. Like there's this one weird story. There's like another dimension. There was like a big speedway. But it was like very grotesque Twilight Zone type of way. And the longer you were there, like the more grotesque and demonic you would turn into. I forget the name of the issue. There's the one that they met a guy. That was just a clear inspiration for Bruce Lee. I'm surprised they didn't put that in this show. It was like the big ode to Bruce Lee. But I really see a lot of that than this fucking fat fuck. Like I said, I liked the first half of this episode, but just this last 5 or so minutes was kind of meh, mundane ending to it. Just the reveal of the Garbageman and who he is. I just like, come on now, really. That reminds me though, there was a bit of a cut bit, not in this episode, but much, much, much later on, an episode that was cut out completely, where you find out that Hun and this guy, the Garbageman, would be. They were like conjoined twins, and they were cut and separated when they were born. So like this guy's related to Hun, and you find out that almost like it was Bastites. Like this guy was Belial, and the other was the other. Hun was the other guy. And of course, the censors said, "Nope, you're not even going to do that episode." Well, that's the thing, is that they had to fight. Even this, which is this show, they still had to fight censors. Because there's a reference to Cowabunga, which he tried to say in the first episode, and Raph stopped, but was able to say it here. And that's the thing, I know Peter Laird and Kevin Eastman are not fans of the 80s cartoon. Or at least less fans than others. I can understand why. I mean, it's what brought them to the dance, but Sally's been the ball and chain on the franchise, because now anything that's made, you gotta reference that and say it's only for kids, for kids, for kids, because of that cartoon. So it's like a catch-22. It made it very popular, but at the same time can't grow, because that constant reminder, it's a cartoon, it's for kids, it's for kids. So yeah, it is what it is. This fucking grease ball. And what's that stuff around his mouth? Fucking semen around his mouth. That's what it looks like. It looks like fucking semen around his mouth. Like, that's a really nice shot, though, with the moon in the background and seeing almost the silhouettes of them. That was really nice. And like that was another nice shot. Raph going through the rubble. Like, there's some nice looking shots in this. When, not this one, but the next time where he throws the bow, it's like we see the POV of the bow going towards the Garbageman. Like I said, that's another cool shot coming up. Dirty ass white boy. Fat boy, too. Almost as fast as Steven Seagal. Driving the shit from fucking Super Smash TV. Fucking tank thing. But it's like, I don't know, the villain, the reveal just didn't do much for me. And it just was never one of the top villains of the show. I'll put it that way. Garbageman. Like I said, Donnie has a good moment here with the bow. Really nice POV shot. That looked really cool. I'll give you that. Like I said, there's a lot of nice animation and usage of shadows and such throughout this show. So now it's going haywire, just backs up by itself. But of course he somehow survives and be around for another day. Which he came back like once or twice. I can't, at least once, maybe twice. I don't know if, like I said, I know there was a sequel episode, and again, there might have been one more appearance he's made, but I can't remember. And let's see with these episodes, they go by pretty quick. I mean, they're under 20 minutes. Nice animation. I like the voice work. Crappy music, but yeah. Some episodes of this are fairly self-contained. I like this moment. See, that was a good line. What did you come up with that? Start recycling the old and come up with something new, Mikey. Exactly, that's what I've been saying for the longest time. Stop recycling the old and come up with something new. No wonder he's my favorite. Like Raphael just took the words out of my mouth. Exactly. Stop recycling the old, come up with something new. Shit. But yeah, I do like the episode. It's just the but even the finale, there's some stuff. There's some nice shots that I do like. It's just the villain, the reveal of the villain. I'm like, just a mundane feel that I have on the villain itself. But other than that, you know, a lot of aspects I still enjoy. So, with that said, thanks for watching. Thanks once again, Lucas. We'll see you guys later. Bye bye.